Hello everyone, and welcome to a very special edition of Bardic Quest. Not only is it episode 99, which is a very cool number, but not quite 100, but it is also the second anniversary edition of Bardic Quest. And as you can see, we've been sprucing the place up a little bit with a slightly new visual format, with everybody on screen, etc., etc., which has obviously featured in the last couple of episodes as well, but we kind of thought we'd introduce it for this episode, particularly, and going forward as well. So do let us know what you think of it. But also, and only two of us here know of this particular little detail, but we will today be premiering a new opening credits sequence with a new theme song written by the maestro himself, Mr. Isaac Finch. So, without further ado, here is our new credit sequence. Last time, Thorik and Johann were venturing deep into the depths of the Lost Mine of Phandelver on their own, and spent a fair bit of time dodging as best they could the ghoulish creatures that they found within, noping, to use Isaac's term, noping out of many rooms, trying to avoid the ghouls that were there. The ghouls being, of course, the same creatures that had nearly killed Johann and Sergei many weeks before. And eventually, however, as much as they were noping out of these many rooms, they did come face to face with a group of ghouls who, sadly, in somewhat history repeating itself, managed to not only down Johann, but get him into a dying state, as they not only paralyzed him, but started to tear at some of his flesh. So, Thorik, being a cleric, decided that he was going to try and turn some undead, and managed to successfully cause these ghouls to flee, to give him the opportunity to stabilize Johann, whilst he tried to take him to some place of safety. However, in his attempts to move him to a safer location, he managed to find himself in a room with quite a large room, for the record, with a blast furnace and mechanical bellows powered by a water wheel that dominated the large chamber. The furnace being cold and dark, but heaps of coal piled high nearby, along with carts full of unrefined ore. The water wheel sits on a 10-foot wide channel cut into the floor of the room, but the channel is running dry, and there are passages that exit to the west, to the south, and to the east. The tunnel that they have come from is the south tunnel. And the empty channel provides exits to the north and to the east as well. But in this room also were more than a dozen withered corpses scattered around the room that look to be slain dwarves and orcs still wearing the remnants of their armour from a battle obviously fought long ago. But most importantly, floating above them was a skull engulfed in green flame, who, as Thorik tried to sneak quietly across the room down the tunnel headed east, unfortunately managed to make a little bit of noise as some stone was crushed under his boot, which alerted the flaming skull to his presence, and it quickly raised some of these creatures from the dead, brought them to their feet, declared that Thorik and Johann could not pass through the chamber, and that was where we left off as we began to roll initiative. So, let's get into it. So, we have pre-rolled initiative, so that you don't have to endure us deciding on numbers. And, luckily for Thorik, he is up first. So, Thorik, what would you like to do?
Okay. Thorik is just, his face is just white as this thing's coming streaming towards him. The exits.
Yes.
Are these door exits?
No, so these are tunnels. So you are essentially in a position where you've come from this south tunnel, and about 20 feet to kind of on a diagonal, shall we say, to your right is another 10-foot wide tunnel, the one that heads to the east. A further 20 or 10 feet further up from that is where the channel begins, which also provides an exit to the north and to the east.
So I could exit through the channel where the water...
You could, in theory, possible. Yes. In theory.
It might be tricky. I am very worried about all this. I think I am going to... Right, first of all, I'm going to drop a second level Cure Wounds into Johann in my arms.
Okay. A Cure Wounds, a level 3 Cure Wounds, back. Did you say?
Sorry, a level 2 Cure Wounds. I'm not able to do level 3 just yet.
Ah, yes. Okay. So a level 2 Cure Wounds. Okay. So you cast Cure Wounds upon him. Could you roll the appropriate dice?
Of course. Oh, hello. That's good. That's an 8 and a 6 on the dice. So that's 14... 6, yeah. 14 plus... Maths! That will be 21 HP returning to Johann.
Wow! Nice. Would you like to describe how you heal him, sir?
So as this thing's screaming towards me, I just close my eyes and just let out a calming breath. And as he breathes in, this silver light just kind of infuses into his arms, and Johann glows and his wounds start to close. And he kind of takes a breath as he starts to feel, hopefully, a little better. And then, okay. What's between me and the northeast, southwest? What's between me and the west door?
You and the west door. Well, the west door is actually pretty far away from where you currently are. You're not even going to be able to get there if you dash as a dwarf. Oh, no. Actually, no. You could probably just make it with a dash. But also, between you and the door is the big... what's the word? The furnace. And the mechanical bellows as well, which is kind of like right in the center of this chamber.
Would it cause a would it cause any sort of form of obstacle to the zombies, etc.?
It could do. Do you want to give me a religion check?
Sure.
Thorik, do your boots aid with your running?
That's exactly what I'm about to say.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I was
forgot about your boots.
I was thinking that I might be able to possibly flip over it and put it between me and them. That's a religion. That's a religion. That's a religion. That's a 14 for religion.
14. Okay. From what you know of zombies, having fought a few of them anyway, zombies tend to take the most direct path to whatever they are wanting to feed upon or destroy. They tend not to care too much about obstacles.
Cool. But would it be a physical obstacle to them? Not as in like that they are going to start getting involved with it, but would it be like is it a physical barrier between me and them if I manage to get on the other side?
Certainly part of it would be, yeah.
Cool. In which case, I think I'm going to, still holding on to Johann, dig deep in the boots and vault over the furnace and head towards the door as quickly as I can.
Okay. So obviously you're not going to be able to dash because you've already used your cure wounds. But you are going to... So still carrying Johann at this point.
Please.
You are going to move as far as you can to... What's your jumping height now with your boots of springing and striding or whatever they're called? Boots of striding and springing?
Jumping.
Jumping and...
hands. I can triple my jump.
Triple your jump, and your jump height, I believe, is based on your strength score.
Cool. So it would be triple that. So my strength score is 16. So tripling that, 45, 48.
Okay, all right. So you leap then into the air with Johann in your arms. You don't quite manage to vault over the furnace, but you do manage to jump onto the top of the furnace, which is not lit, so it's not hot, it's not going to burn your feet. It's nice and cool. But you have now leapt with Johann on top of this furnace. We're now looking down upon these creatures. Okay?
That's perfect. That's perfect. And I will quickly sort of bring Johann around and be like, we have a problem. And I'll set him down on his feet and just sort of point him towards the flaming skull.
I'm about to go, yeah, the skull.
Alrighty.
Maybe go, run.
Yes.
Okay. Next up is the flaming skull. It watches Thorik as you leap into the air and place Johann on his feet.
And it wants to be friends?
Well, you watch as its mouth opens. The flames around it begin to glow all the brighter. As it prepares, you watch as a ball of flame begins to build around its mouth. As it casts fireball at you both.
Yeah.
Man, I just woke up.
So I need you each to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Dexterity saving throw. That's a 22.
What? Sorry.
22?
Oh, okay.
13.
Okay. You both watch as this ball of fire hurls towards you. Flames erupt around you, but you are both quick enough to at least avoid the bulk of the flames as they build up around you. So, you are going to each take... Hang on, let me do these calculations. I'm going to have to
Still a lot
halve
of
this
dice.
because you are still going to... It is still a lot of dice. So I just need to do this calculation and halve this. So
Stop counting.
hang on. Sorry. All right. You're both going to take 13 points of fire damage. As as still the heat of the flame manages to at least singe your clothes, heat your armor, and at least catch some of your skin as it burns.
Not the beard.
Not the beard.
Not the beard.
All right. And then it is going to raise itself up above the ground so it is directly in line with you. As it just stares at you with these hollow eye sockets, the only thing within them being flame themselves, as it just stares at you with a skeletal grin. At this moment, from behind you,
No, come on.
you notice out of the corner of your eye, partly due to the light being emitted by this flaming skull, a familiar halfling who arrives out of the tunnel to the west.
Johann! Thorik! What are you doing on that big furnace? Is that
Sergei.
you?
Yes, it's us.
Sergei!
I can't tell behind this massive bag of bones that's on fire.
Not
Yeah,
only-
about that.
Not only is there a flaming skull in the air, but there are also a number of zombies around.
Define a number.
6 to be in total.
60?
6.
Oh.
6 in total. So 6 of them. However, there are a number of other corpses on the ground. So you don't know if that's going to be 6 and done, or maybe more. You don't know. But currently on their feet are 6 zombies. 2 of which are between you and Johann.
Cool. Cool.
What would you like to do?
You deal with it up there. I'll deal with this down here. Bardic Inspiration on you, Johann, as my bonus action. Feel inspired. So that's a D6. And then I'm going to pull out my rapier, flourish it a little, give a little bow to the zombies, and I will go, you and me, brain munchers. I don't know. Just fight me. And then I'm going to... It's the close. How can I get to any of them?
Yes, absolutely. You can get to both of the zombies that are between you and Johann, if you wanted to. They are about 10 feet apart from each other, so you could get into the middle to engage with both of them, or you could engage with one of them at the risk of one of them then joining in and flanking later.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. After I say that, I'm going to start whispering in this kind of old sailor's tune. I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers at first level on either of them. Dealer's choice. Can I have a wisdom save, please?
You certainly can. Yes, a wisdom saving throw on the nearest zombie to
12
you.
is the spell save. It's not great.
Well, they rolled a 14 on the dice. but they also get -2. So that is going to be a 12. That is going to match. They are going to have saved. Do they take half damage on Dissonant Whispers?
They take half damage.
Oh, cool. Roll damage for me then, please.
13, 7 hit points of psychic damage.
All right. Would you like to describe this damage?
Yeah, I'll just let out the kind of dissonant whispers, let it flow, let it announce my entrance almost onto one of them, almost as a threat. Not quite done the full effect, but
sure.
Do as much as I can, and then I'll stand and just prepare myself with blade in hand.
And the zombie kind of almost like winces in pain as this song, this piratey shanty, kind of hits its ears. You're not sure if it's because you're not performing it very well, or just because it doesn't like the particular taste in music. But you assume, of course, that it can't be because you're not performing it well. You are a bard, after all.
Of course, but simply, it's definitely that one sound clip that's like, yo-ho, it's that one.
Fantastic. Johann, you are now kind of patting yourself down as you've just kind of been caught by the back end of these flames. This flaming skull is staring at you. Sergei is down below behind you, dealing with a couple of zombies, and Thorik is next to you on top of this furnace. What would you like to do?
That is a very good question. I think there's a moment of weighing up of options, and just kind of, I can just imagine Johann just kind of looking back at the skull and then looking at Thorik with just a look of saying, we can't win here. Or just actually saying, we cannot win here. Let's just say it. Let's screw the meaningful looks. Let's just actually say what we mean.
Thorik knew.
So, just kind of taking Gladys out and whipping a dagger, and just kind of looking behind him at the two psychically damaged, and with very poor taste in music, zombies.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of gets a spark off, and just kind of like, I've definitely had better days. And because neither of them have had their turn, I will attempt to assassinate one of them.
Mm-hmm.
By hopefully just a good old straight chop right in the melon.
So you are leaping down on top of one of the zombies.
Yep.
All right. Very
Being
badass.
Assassin's Creed.
Very badass.
Totally. That is an excellent thing. So I'd be like, and then hopefully proper just embedded right between the old eyes.
All right.
Did you make sure to synchronize when you were up there? It's a long climb
Yes,
back up.
true. I think. Then
Could
around
you
a
roll
little
for damage for me, please, Johann?
Go. I haven't rolled to hit.
Sorry, not damage. I meant roll to hit. Sorry.
But I do advantage.
More caffeine!
Attack. Ooh, don't want that one. Oh, that one. That's 9.
Hits.
No way.
Zombies are slow. They have got very slow reaction times. And as I mentioned before, zombies are kind of singularly focused on whoever their target is. So they don't even see you coming from above at this point to even dodge out of the way as you leap down. So roll for damage. So you're not going to obviously get sneak attack because you don't have advantage on the attack roll, but you do get your assassinate bonus, which, remind me, it's been a long time since we've brought in the assassinate bonus.
Any hit you score against a creature that is surprised is a critical hit.
And also, do you get to do that if they haven't acted yet?
Yes. If they haven't taken their turn in combat, I get advantage to hit.
Ah, so you get the advantage. So you don't actually get the bonus then, because they're not actually surprised.
No, the bonus to damage is purely
So it's
sneak attack.
Gotcha. Okay, so you had the advantage on the attack roll instead. That's the benefit of that. Okay, cool. So it's normal damage then in that case, unfortunately.
That's okay. Let's hope that
Is James within 5 feet of your target?
Not at this point, no.
Not this one. Not
No.
this zombie.
No, because he's still kind of in the tunnel at this moment, and he did dissonant whispers rather than going in and engaging.
It's the one.
But still got 2 weapons, so 1d6 plus 1 for good old Gladys. So that's 3. 2 plus 1. And then my trusty dagger, which is a d4 plus 3. So it's a 3 plus 3 is 6 plus 3 is 9. So that's a total of 9 damage.
9 damage is not going to be enough to take it out, but it will be enough to bloody the thing. So how are you bloodying it?
So with a deft kind of leap, I'm guessing I try to go for the head, but I'm guessing he kind of lurches just out of the way in time, and maybe have like not enough for a clean kill, but maybe 2 big gashes right down the face, through the chest, and then for me to deftly superhero land on one leg, so I can then
Beautiful. With the best Assassin's Creed pose you can do. However, could I please get an acrobatics check from you?
No.
fair point. This should be easy. 15?
Yeah, fine. Yeah, your best Assassin's Creed pose. Your form's not perfect in the actual pose, but you land it well.
You sassy bitch.
Well, it's a 15. It can't be perfect. All right. So is that you done, Johann?
Yeah, why not? Yeah. That's better than I thought it would go. That'll be me done. Ooh! Do I have a... No, I don't. No, thank you. No. I'm done.
Okay.
I thought maybe I could have a bonus action, but no, I don't think... that I don't want to disengage, really, and I don't want to hide or dash, so... No, I'll just stay where I am.
Okay. Thorik.
Hello.
Once again, the glow of this skull is filling a fair amount of this room, and you do see from the tunnel that you entered through, not far from where the flameskull currently is, mind you, a figure appear. A figure that you once again recognize to be the Warbride herself, Saga.
Oh, yeah.
Guess who's back?
As she emerges to the tunnel from the south. Saga, you can barely believe your eyes as to what you can see. Chaos has ensued.
Yep.
There is a flaming skull hovering up in the air about 30 feet above you.
Mm-hmm.
A number of zombies on the ground. A big furnace on top of which is stood your dwarf friend Thorik.
Yeah.
And you can't quite see from where you are, but you can certainly hear a ruckus from beyond the furnace, which obviously, from player knowledge, is where Sergei and Johann are, but you can't see them from where you are. At the moment, all you can see is Thorik on top of the furnace, zombies, and this flame skull up above you.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
She's gonna scream, Thorik, get out of there! And then crossbow the nearest zombie.
The nearest zombie? Okay, alright. So there is a zombie that is approximately, at this point, 15 feet away from you.
Mm-hmm.
If you'd like to go for that one.
Yep.
Alright. Roll for damage.
18.
18 is going to hit as your crossbow bolt flies through the air, puncturing the bruised decaying skin of this this zombie. Roll for damage for me.
7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. Not enough to take it out. You hear a squelch as your crossbow bolt hits its torso for 7 piercing. Was it 7, did you say? Sorry?
7.
7 piercing damage. Okay. Alrighty. Anything else you'd like to do? You've not moved yet or anything?
How far are the zombies from me?
Well, the nearest one is about 15 feet away from you. The rest are kind of... I mean, you could go underneath it anyway, because it's above you, but the rest are beyond the flameskull at this point, which is about 20 feet away from you, and then 30 feet up in the air. So, really, to get to the... You could actually get to a couple of the other zombies if you wanted to. That would be up to you.
I'll stay where I am for now, because I think I'm just going to pick them off with my crossbow.
All right. Okay, lovely.
But yeah, she has shouted to Thorik, get out of there.
All right. So
I'm
now...
guessing everyone else would have heard me, because I don't know where...
Oh, yes, absolutely. Sergei and Johann, you will have heard a familiar voice echoing throughout the cave. A female voice.
Saga?
Indeed.
You're here too?
Sergei!
Saga!
Where are you?
Over here!
Get out from here!
Could use a little help.
What do you think I'm doing?
Yep, she's back.
So now it is the zombies' go. So, zombie number 1, who has just had Johann jump upon him, is going to basically try and haymaker Johann with a fist for 19 against your armor class.
Yep, that'll do it.
That zombie's a bit of an overachiever, isn't he?
a little bit. As you take 6 bludgeoning damage from this zombie.
Don't alarm you guys, but I'm down to 2.
And it
I
kind
just
of
Take a potion.
healed him. I just healed him.
it lets out somewhat of a gurgle above you, like, as it kind of looks down upon you, looks you up and down, should I say, and almost braces for another attack, but it can't yet do that because zombies do not have multi attack because they are slow. But zombie number 2, who is only a few feet away, is actually going to make a beeline for Sergei. He's going to run towards you. Oh, we appear to have lost Sergei for a moment. Hang on.
There he is.
There he is. Hello, Sergei. Welcome back. Sergei. Oh, I don't appear to be able to hear you, Sergei. That's not good.
What?
That's not good at all. Can everybody else hear him?
I can hear him.
We can hear him.
Hello, everybody
Oh,
else.
yes, I can hear you now. Wonderful.
Yeah, wonderful.
Okay, so, Sergei. This zombie nearby to the one that just attacked Johann is going to charge towards you and just almost like tackle you at this point.
Oh boy.
And that is going to be a 11 against your
Oh
armor
no,
class.
no, actually.
As you manage to hold your ground, almost dig your heels in as this zombie just charges into you. But you were ready and managed to brace yourself appropriately. So that is that zombie's go. Zombie number 3, who is the one that has just had a crossbow bolt hit him, is going to charge towards Saga. And is equally going to tackle her. For 20 against your armor class.
Well, have a guess.
Does that
Have a
hit?
guess if that hits.
And that is for 2 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
However, given recent developments, you are resistant to the bludgeoning damage, and so that is reduced to 1 bludgeoning damage.
That's like a paper cut.
Well, no, that would be slashing damage.
Yeah.
It's like a stubbed toe.
Yeah.
Although actually,
Except
I think a stubbed toe is like a critical hit. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
it's psychic damage, I think.
All right.
Spreading on a Lego piece.
Humbling damage.
A D4. I see your Lego piece and I raise you a D4.
D4.
Never step on a
I've
D4.
stepped on a D4. A metal D4.
Oh, ouch. The cauldron, basically. Zombie number 5 and number 4. They are going to... Now, luckily, zombies are slow dem. Zombies 5 and 4 are going to have to dash to engage with you, Saga.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Please tell me they've got numbers just like written on their chest.
Of course.
That's what we've had.
Of course they do. Like Rimmer from
Yeah.
Dwarf, but instead of a H, just a number. So they're going to have to dash to get to you. So they're not going to be able to attack you. Zombie number 6. Zombie number 6 is going to attempt to dash towards you, Thorik, climbing up the furnace. But doesn't quite manage to get a proper foothold on it, and is just kind of clawing at the base of it, trying to get up to you at this point.
Stop that.
All right, and that is the zombies' turns, and therefore brings us to the top of the round. So, Thorik, you're on top of the furnace. There's a zombie down below you. The flaming skull is pretty much directly looking at you from about 30 feet away from your current position. Actually, no, 20 feet from your current position. It's 30 feet in the air.
Right. Thorik's looking at all of these zombies and everything, and looking at that Johann is really hurt again. He's feeling pretty sore from everything. And he's just thinking, the thing that raised these things in the first place was that damn skull. And he's now debating whether we can actually all get out of here without one of us going down, which is going to cause massive issues, and they're just going to become zombie chow. So he's wondering whether he's going to put up with this skull after all. And Thorik is going to roll his shoulders, heft his shield, and just kind of like from behind the shield, open his hand and cast Guiding Bolt at 2nd level.
Ooh, nice. All right, so talk me through Guiding Bolt. Again, it's been a while. I think this gives the advantage if it hits. Is that right?
It does indeed. And Thorik, while he's doing it, is going to say, that thing raised them up. Get rid of that, and maybe we won't have to deal with these zombies. And it's a spell attack, and I'm going to roll to hit.
All right, go for it.
That is a 19.
Against the flame skull is going to hit as this bolt of light hences forth from you, Thorik. Roll for damage for me.
5d6.
Ooh, boy.
2nd level, baby. Oh, that's a 6 and a 3 for 9.
What was the total? Sorry?
That was a 6 and a 3 for 9. That was on 2d6. Hang on.
Oh, right. Sorry.
17. Oh, there's more. 17 on 4. 22 radiant.
Oh, nice.
Thorik is pissed.
Very nice. Very nice. All right, would you like to describe your guiding bolt as it hurls towards this creature?
Oh, this thing's done a fireball at us. He's used his shield to kind of get rid of the most of it. He's brushed himself down, and then from underneath, he's just punched his fist out. Knuckle duster, rings of Bernard Trucival blazing as this beam just shoots out and hits it just square in the face. Like little kind of bits of radiant magic kind of like split pieces of the bone off its face and they just kind of like go to dust. I'm wondering, I technically can't do another action. I'm wondering if I could do something to. I'm wondering, using the boots of sprouting and springing, and possibly endangering myself, whether I might be able to jump on top of it and bring it closer to the ground for my friends.
How heavy are you?
Very. I am, without equipment, like a good 20 stone, probably.
Okay. Well, I mean, a flameskull is not particularly strong, as you can imagine. So I would say that is absolutely perfectly possible, provided... because there is going to have to be some degree of risk here. Provided you can pass an appropriate acrobatics check to mainly to get the targeting right more than anything else.
I'm just belly flopping on top of this thing.
Sure.
So Thorik kind of holds onto the edge of the furnace, digs his heels into the side of it, and springs towards the thing.
Just belly flopping. Like
acrobatics.
Like a middle-aged man leaping off of the side of a swimming pool.
he's the dad in Benidorm. Like, I'm just gonna go off the top diving board. Just no training, no preamble. Hasn't even gone to the shower to rinse off first. Just straight to the diving board.
Grim. Let's go the acrobatics check.
With a +1, it's a 15.
Okay, phew. All right, so you leap off of the top of the furnace, spreading yourself like a flying squirrel to make yourself as large as you possibly can, and you leap on top of this flaming skull, which there is a little bit of resistance as it's trying to remain hovered in the air, but you do manage to pull down on this thing. Luckily, luckily, the flames around it are not so hot so much as to keep you, well, to give you fire damage, certainly.
Yeah.
At least for now.
I imagine it's warm, though.
Yes, it's definitely warm, and if you hold on too long, then certainly the fire damage will come. But at least for the time being, this magical flame doesn't seem to be enough to harm you, at least momentarily.
Great. I just hold on to this thing as I come down. I'm like, ignore the zombies, kill it, 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 please.
All right. Is that your go done?
Yes, thank you very much.
Alrighty. So are you, just to be clear, are you trying to restrain it, or have you just pulled it down for now?
I mean, if I'm able to,
well,
if I'm able to hold on to it,
I would say that really, if you're going to try and hold it down to keep it into position, you are probably going to take fire damage from that.
I don't know if that's possible, because normally I'd have to like use an attack action to like grapple it.
But this is what I was thinking also, which was going to be.
If I've just brought it down, great.
Yeah, at least for now. But
it's something.
Yeah, you won't necessarily be able to keep it in that position. But as of right now, all of the targets are now on the ground for the flaming skull, whose go is next. So, let me think now. Let me think. Okay, so it is going to actually. So many choices.
None of them good.
So many choices. Okay, so it is going to... you watch as the flames surrounding it begin to form into a sphere of flame, as it casts now Flaming Sphere, which is not to be confused with Fireball, even though it is a ball of fire. So, Flaming Sphere, a 5-foot diameter sphere of fire, appears in an unoccupied space of your choice within range and lasts for the duration, which is up to 1 minute. Any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the sphere must make a dexterity saving throw. The creature takes 2d6 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. As a bonus action, the sphere can be moved 30 feet to ram into a creature, and that creature must make the saving throw. So, that's the short version, obviously. Thorik, this flaming sphere appears behind you, and then rams into you. So I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
It starts to smell singeing hair and turns around.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Come on. 13.
13 is going to pass, but you are still going to take. You are still going to take half damage.
I'll take it.
Which is 1 point of fire damage, sir.
Singes some of his hair. He's like a tiny little like wisp of his beard comes off, and he just holds it between his fingers, just like, you monster.
All right. That is going to be his go. Sergei.
Hello.
You have a zombie who's just tried to run into you. Just behind that zombie is another zombie dealing with Johann. And basically, Saga and Thorik have disappeared onto the other... Well, Saga you couldn't see to begin with, but Thorik certainly... You've just watched him leap off of the top of the furnace into the darkness beyond. What would you like to do?
I'm going to go for a risky move here. I'm assuming between me and Saga is the skull.
Yes.
Okay. Can I get a wisdom save from that skull, please?
How far away... What's the range of this thing that you're about
60
to do?
feet. I'm out of range of the skull.
Just in range. So yes, you can get a wisdom saving throw from...
Okay.
Do you have to be able to see it, though? Because it's now... Because of what Thorik's done, you can't actually see it.
Within range... It just says you whisper a discordant melody that can only one creature of your choice within range can hear.
Well, it can hear you, certainly, because it's within range. And so
Lovely. So as this zombie goes to attack me, the one that failed last time, I'll block it with a rapier, kind of knock it slightly to the side and just go, Thorik, cover your ears! And then start shouting some random discordant melodies to try and get some damage and maybe move this thing as far away and closer to Saga.
So this is on the flaming skull, yes?
Yes. So it's
okay,
a wisdom,
and it's a wisdom
12.
save.
So it's not a great saving throw.
Natural 1.
Oh, okay. I knew this was going to pay off. Oh my god. Okay, I'll do some damage first. Fine. That's
what are you doing to it?
10 hit points of psychic damage as I cast Dissonant Whispers on it.
Ooh.
And then it must use It must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
Away from you?
Yes. And hopefully towards Saga.
Banish you.
Huh. Interesting.
Was that a Coriolanus quote?
Yes, it fucking was.
Yes.
I'm so glad you
Yes,
got
actors. Yes, actors.
I've just
All right.
done that one.
So, you watch Thorik and Saga as this flame skull very quickly moves not towards the tunnel that is now just behind it, which was the tunnel you were originally running towards, Thorik, when you first kind of came into the room. It kind of moves into the southeast corner of this chamber. Almost as though it is trying to flee the room, but can't.
Can I hit it with a attack of opportunity as
Yes,
it
you
leaves
certainly can.
leaves my range? And does it happen to go past Saga as well?
It does not
Yeah,
go past
does it?
Saga, unfortunately.
Damn.
But you will get your attack of opportunity, certainly, Thorik.
I love Dissonant Whispers. This is so good.
It's great.
15 to hit.
The only spell I ever use.
15 to hit is going to hit the flame skull.
Well, lucky me.
Incinerate.
It's been a while since I've hit things. So 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
9 points of bludgeoning damage. Okay.
I crack it in the back of itself. That is a skull.
All right. Nice. Just out of interest, Sergei, Dissonant Whispers does not create the frightened condition, does it? It just forces that reaction.
Yes, it does not create the frightened condition.
Wonderful. Just checking.
Can I?
Yeah.
Sorry, I know you've already done damage. I'm happy if it's not me and it goes to the next person. Technically, I should have rolled with an advantage because of guiding bolt.
Yes, you should have. Do you want to roll in case you get a crit?
Sure. I'll roll it in D&D Beyond, so we can all see if that happens. No.
Wah, wah.
But that's okay. We hit it. That's all right.
Hang on.
We still hit.
No,
I don't get to use it very often.
that was
And that was
You
it.
can have that.
Don't you? You have ample opportunity.
All right.
it's my turn soon.
Turn around and one of the zombies has like a little bent like trumpet. It's just like wah, wah, wah. Quiet, you.
Johann,
Yeah.
you are dealing with the zombie now that you have just leapt down on top of. What would you like to do?
Is the other zombie still there?
The other zombie is nearby, yes.
Okay.
You sound disappointed.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a little, to be honest. I was hoping it was just me and him. Mono on mono.
You still got Bardic Inspiration.
Awesome.
Yes, you do.
Oh, I didn't. Okay.
No, you
I'm gonna
didn't
hit it
use
again.
Didn't use it.
No, I didn't use it, but I still hit it, which is all good.
Mm-hmm.
Remind me of the effects of Bardic Inspiration, Sergei.
1d6 to any roll.
Yep.
Woo!
Saving throw? I can't remember.
Okay, so I will attempt to
Oh, and a saving throw.
land a straight dagger strike right in the middle of the chest, and then once again I'm gonna try and chopping wood right into his head, into his bonce, and hopefully that will be the end of this troublesome thing.
All right. Roll to hit for me.
I was just trying to think if I have any kind of... Never mind. Oh, for God. 9, but okay.
Bardic Inspiration.
This is with my dagger, yeah, so I'm good. Thank you. And, well, it depends how this one goes. So it's a 2, so that's 11.
Will hit. As you
Oh!
strike true with your blade. Roll for damage.
Johann hears Sergei's voice. Stab him there! So just kind of...
Get him in the ghoulies!
Okay. So that'll be
I feel as though that is what Sergei would say. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
a T4 plus 3, which is a 2 plus 3, which is 5.
5 points of damage.
Yes. And now I have
How
that.
are you finishing it?
Yeah, nice.
So start off hoping to give it a quick stab, and then it embeds right in the chest. And he's like, then I just kind of realizing that he's in his last moments. I just kind of take Gladys in a wide old arc and just swing, and it goes down right to the nose. And then I just kind of use the dagger to try and pull it out, and then kick it so that he lands way on the ground, probably losing balance a little because he's losing a lot of blood and he's very badly burnt.
All right.
And then kind of crack some bones, and then levels his gaze at the last zombie and just kind of just points at him.
And as you point towards the zombie that Sergei is currently dealing with, the zombie that you have just cleft its head in two gets back to its feet behind you, lets out a rasping groan, and kind of just tilts its head. It's now two-parted head at you.
I don't like that.
Thanks to undead fortitude.
Yeah.
Sick.
Really
Am I still engaged with him then?
You are still engaged with him, yes.
Oh,
I use a cunning action to disengage.
nope.
Yeah, to borrow Thoric's vernacular, Johann noops away from it and just kind of stumbles away and just kind of... Just...
That is absolutely the Do you know what? I don't give this out very often, but that was the perfect reaction to that. Have a point of inspiration.
That's my first ever point of inspiration.
I don't give it out very often, but because I often forget about it. But that is so on point. There you go. Have some inspiration.
Thank you, GM.
Yay!
All right, Saga. You are now surrounded by 3 zombies, and behind the zombie to your right is also the flaming skull sat in the corner. And there is also the other zombie in sight is still clawing at the bottom of the furnace because it's not quite yet realised that Thorik is not up there anymore. What would you like to do?
I'm going to barge towards the flaming skull because of what Thorik said. I'm just gonna. They can hit me if they get an opportunity attack. Fine, don't care. Great sword in hand. I'm gonna go straight for flamey bastard.
So you don't care about attacks of opportunity. You're going straight for the flaming skull. All right, you are going to face 3 attacks of opportunity against from these zombies, rather, who are all going to try and.
I think Saga said the flaming bastard.
Oh yes, sorry, yes. Yes. I don't have a flaming bastard
Yes, you do.
Yes,
Sorry,
yes, you do.
Sorry to interrupt.
That's all right. So you're going to take 3 attacks of opportunity from each of these zombies who are going to slam into you. So from zombie number 3 is going to be 15 against your armor class.
Does not hit.
Zombie number 4 is going to be 13 against your armor class.
Does not hit. Pathetic.
And fall on with the trash talk. Great. And zombie number 5 is also going to slam into you for 15 against your armor class.
Nope.
So a clean sweep.
I just
of
give them
misses.
evils. I'm just like, no.
Nuh-uh. So you charge in then towards the flaming skull now.
Yes.
Who, again, is just staring out from these flaming eye sockets towards you. What would you like to do to said flaming skull?
Great sword attack.
Okay. All right. Roll to hit, sorry.
That is 21 to hit.
Oh, nice. Okay. So you strike true with your blade onto the flaming skull. Roll for damage for me.
Eight damage.
Okay.
And also, can I also add one of my superiority dice? Because I hit him.
Yes, you can.
So, I am going to do... Who can... Maneuvering attack, which means... Let me think. Someone who can see or hear me can move up to half its speed without provoking opportunity attacks.
Actually, do bear with me one moment, because he actually needs to make a concentration saving throw. If you just bear with me just one moment.
Sure.
Because he is concentrating on his flaming skull. So, let me see.
What, on his own existence?
His flaming, his flaming sphere. Sorry. I don't know how I've managed to decide to be a DM, because I just simply cannot multitask. All right. So, how much damage did you just take again? Remind me.
What did I say?
I can't remember.
I did it on. I did.
Hang on. Did you do it on D&D Beyond?
Do you
Yes.
8?
It was 8. 8 points of damage.
8. Okay. Yes.
All right. Okay. So it manages to keep the flaming sphere up and running, shall we say. So you have not managed to break its concentration, at least.
Yep.
So your superiority dice, you are going to add on for the precision attack, yeah? Or maneuvering?
It's a maneuvering attack, which means Thorik can move up to half his speed without provoking opportunity attacks.
Okay, so does it take
It's
extra
just,
damage for that?
I'm doing it mainly for the added damage.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's a nice bonus. 6 more points of damage.
Okay. All right, cool. It still has not lost its concentration, but you are going to be able to maneuver it. 6 more points of damage, you say?
Yes.
How are you finishing it?
Through an eye socket.
Nice. And you watch, you kind of shove your blade into its eye socket, and the flames around it, and indeed the flaming sphere next to Thorik, dissipate as the skull just drops to the ground. An empty husk. The zombies, however, do not drop.
Oh,
How dare they?
Buggers.
What would you like to do, if anything, Saga, at this point?
I cannot do anything more.
Okay.
How much of my movement did I just use?
10. Well, you would have It will have been a bit of difficult terrain because there's so many zombies around you to get through them. So let's call that half of your movement that you've just used.
Okay, so what?
You could easily get to one of the zombies just by simply turning around, pretty much, and taking a few steps in that direction. They're pretty close to you.
Yeah, I will get to the point where I'm like 10 foot away from the next zombie.
So you're moving away from the zombies?
Oh, they're literally right next to me.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're kind of... You've moved out of their threat zone, but they are like...
Yeah.
You could move 5 feet and get in. You engage with one of them.
I'll stay put then till next turn.
Okay, cool. No problemo. All right then. So now actually we do have.
Did you say I could move? I was moving half my.
You can move half your.
Forgive me. Yes.
Speed if you want to without provoking opportunity attacks.
I got carried away with the flame skull die.
I will. Can I get to Saga where she is?
Yes, absolutely, you can.
I will go to Saga and stand at her side and just give her like a little. I'll give her like a little shoulder bump, and just like I'll just like clash my shield against her sword and just be like, "Good to have you back."
She smiles back. Slightly sadly, but she does smile.
He notices that and is like, we'll unpack that when we're not being killed.
So that is utilizing the maneuver, yeah?
Yeah, lays her hand on her arm, just says, if you ever need to talk, we can talk genuinely. You know, maybe right now isn't the best time, but I'm here to talk. God, your arms are really beefy currently. Are you feeling all right? Are you taller?
She kind of goes, maybe.
The zombies, meanwhile, the 3 of them that are very close to you all kind of turn, like you hear their necks cracking as they kind of turn towards you. That kind of blank expression on their face. Zombie number 5 is going to slam into you, Saga, but miss.
Rude.
With 5 against your armor class.
Zombie number 5 is a hack.
Zombie number 3 is going to slam into you, Thorik, with a 16 against your armor class.
Shield.
Which I presume this is.
It's your zombie, sir.
And zombie number 4 is going to slam into you, Saga, with a natural 1, as it kind of trips and you hear a crack as it kind of lands on its ankle a bit funny, but it still kind of stumbles toward you. Zombie number 6.
I'm getting flashbacks to the Red Brand tavern I was in.
Yeah.
I think the zombies smell better, to be honest with you.
Yeah, probably.
Zombie number 6, who was clawing at the bottom of the furnace, notices, Thorik, that you are no longer up there, and charges towards you. Yeah, charges towards you. It doesn't have to dash at this point. It can move and attack, so it is going to slam into you, Thorik. With also these dice tonight, a natural 1, as it too just lands funny on its ankle with a crack and continues stumbling towards you. Then we have zombies 1 and 2. Zombie 1, who's just been taken out by Johann, is going to... How far did you back up, Johann? Did you back up all the way?
As far as I humanly could.
Okay, so that's going to be all the way. So it's not going to be able to get to you, Johann, then, in that case. So instead, it's going to make a beeline for Sergei instead. And it's going to slam into Sergei with a 16 against your armor class.
Yeah, that's going to hit. I'm glad I'm getting hit.
For 6 bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
While zombie number 2 also does the same. For a 21 against your armor class.
Yeah, that's also going to hit.
for 3 bludgeoning damage. That's 9 bludgeoning damage total from both zombies.
The image of everyone else dealing with it fine, and then Sergei in the corner is like, "Oh, ow, no!" Ah!
They're just both kicking him while he's on the ground.
So that brings us to the top of the round. Thorik,
This
you're up.
isn't funny. We're going to die.
Oh yes.
Thorik, you are up, sir. You are pretty much surrounded by zombies at this point. 4 of them. What would you like to do?
Or you say?
4.
They're not all within 5 feet of me, are there? There's some a bit further away.
No, they're all within 5 feet.
They're all within 5 feet.
No, actually, no. Zombie number 5 wouldn't be because he'd be a little bit further down the queue, getting at Saga. But 3 of them are within 5 feet of you, certainly.
Have any of them been damaged before?
Not a lot of damage has actually been dealt thus far. Zombie number 3 has been damaged. All of the others remain untouched.
I will hit zombie number 3, please.
Okay. Roll. What are you hitting with? Just a weapon attack?
Oh, my warhammer.
Of
My
course.
sweet warhammer.
Your sweet warhammer. All right.
That's an 18 to hit.
Well, it'll do that, certainly.
The full 8 on the die, which makes that a +3, I believe. So 11 points of bludgeoning damage against zombie number 3.
Nice. How are you finishing it?
Oh, just sending him flying, just like crumpled bone, just sending him across the room.
All right. And you'll be relieved to hear that this zombie stays down as you fling him across this
Please,
cavernous
stay
room.
dead.
So he stays down. He does not get back up. No undead fortitude is going to save this soul's life. So zombie
Great.
number
How
3.
many zombies are left in the room?
Left in the room, there are 5. Left near you, there are 3.
Oh. That's more zombies than I wanted to be.
How many did you
Nearest.
want?
Less.
Well, is there anything else you wanted to do?
Yeah, but it just seems silly to do it against zombies because I might need it later. I'm gonna not do it. I'm just gonna hold. Just gonna be like, come on, dig in deep, and just start taking names.
I've come here to chew gum and take names. I don't think that's the right quote at all, but there we are.
I'm here to bless zombies
All right.
and eat cake, and I've already finished my cake.
Sergei, you're up. You have 2 zombies on you now. Johann's kind of retreated.
Duh.
What would you like to do?
The one that's been pretty mortally wounded by Johann, I'm just
Yes.
going to attack it with my rapier to start with.
Nice. Roll for me.
A nice humble 12.
Which will hit.
Oh, surprise!
Because zombies are slow as fuck.
Oh, very good to know. So that'll be a nice humble 2 hit points of damage.
How are you finishing it?
Well,
Yes.
that's a miracle. I will just simply lunge in a very flourishing way, only just getting the tip of the rapier in and just drag it out.
All right. And a few kind of decaying guts kind of spill out as you pull your blade out. And it drops to the ground. And as you begin to focus your attention on the other... Oh, we've lost James. Hang on. Oh, that was brilliant timing. Brilliant timing, sir. As you... Oh, I've lost Thorik now. I will continue without him for now.
There he is.
There he is. So, as you begin to focus your attention on the zombie that has not yet been taken down, the zombie whose guts have just poured onto the floor begins to crawl up you and kind of pulls itself up to its feet, using you as a kind of leaning post.
It's still alive?
It's still alive because undead
Right.
fortitude.
2-weapon fighting the dagger. It's going to quickly
Nice.
try and finish off. 16 to hit.
Is going to hit.
Oh, please. 3 hit points of damage.
I will say, the trick with undead fortitude, the higher damage you roll, the less likely it is to get back up. But this time, as you shove your dagger in, pull this one out, more guts and innards kind of splashing everywhere, kind of moldy, stale blood kind of splattering all over you. Moldy blood? Who knows? This zombie, this time, stays down.
It's like a shower. Lovely.
Now you
That's
have
my
one other zombie in front of you to deal with. What would you like to do, if anything?
That's my action and bonus action.
Yeah, that's
and I'm
true.
not gonna
You
move.
are right.
So,
Okay.
I'll stay
Johann, you've just seen Sergei achieve what you could not with zombie number 1. Sorry, I don't mean to troll, but I do. So there is another zombie that Sergei is dealing with, or there is the ruckus going on the other side of the furnace. What would you like to do?
Okay, so Johann's feeling pretty shitty about what he's just done. I think this is the first time he's ever kind of backed away from a fight. You know, and then he sees the zombies taking chunks out of Sergei.
Mm-hmm.
And he sees that there's gashes all over him and there's blood coming from him and he feels faint. But he wants to help his friend. So Johann is about to do something he's never done voluntarily before. And he's going to drink a potion of healing.
Yes!
So
Yes!
he cautiously kind of looks at this red bottle of liquid and then looks at his friend and looks up and listens to the people he cares about. Because I don't know if the flaming... Do I know if the flaming skull's dead? Can I see?
Nope. You have no idea.
Oh, I know. The flaming skull's killing them. Oh my god, they're killing them in there. So just kind of... He just looks at this strange red liquid and just goes, "We are vigilant." And sees it down like Calpol.
And it
And
does
then-
indeed taste of cowpole.
Really?
Yeah. It does now.
It's canon.
It's
And then
canon.
just kind of chucks the empty vial.
And can I say, not the shitty 5+ cowpole. Like, the good, like, toddler cowpole. This is the
And
good
Johann's
shit.
No, Johann hates it. It's disgusting. But 2d4. So that's 2. That's 2, so that's 4, I believe, plus another 2. Let me just check on that. Yep, 2d4 plus 2, so that's 6.
Nice. So what's your new hit point total?
8.
Well, it's better than 2.
Not great, not terrible.
So that's your
And-
action to drink the potion. Anything else you'd like to do?
It is. So, despite how disgusted I'm with what I've just done, and considering I've only got a bonus action left, I dash towards Sergei, screaming, bellowing a sort of weird war cry, whilst also kind of, which is half disgust, half rage.
Sergei screams back in fear.
Saga's there going, oh no.
They're dying!
Right.
They're dying!
They're dying.
We can't help them, Saga.
Okay. Forgive me.
You destroyed Wade.
That was too much. Okay, and that's your go, I presume, yeah? Okay,
That'll
great.
do.
Saga, you hear these cries coming from the other side of the furnace. There are still 3 zombies surrounding you to deal with. What would you like to do?
She shouts back, "Hang on!" And then she's gonna swipe at the nearest zombie, whichever number.
Yeah, I was going to say, it doesn't really matter at this point. None of them are more hurt than the other. Every zombie now is so far untouched.
Not for long.
So let's call it zombie number 5.
He was particularly annoying.
Yeah.
Well, that's a 7. That's not going to hit.
7 is not going to hit, I'm afraid. Even though they are slow, they're not that slow.
And she's gonna scream. Fuck! She misses, and that's her turn.
Okay. Then we have the zombies again. So zombie number 5 is going to essentially riposte. Not actually riposte.
That's
obviously.
my move.
Indeed.
That is my move.
But he's going to do a terrible job with a 5 against your armor class. Zombie number 6 is going to go after Thorik with a natural 20. Against you, Thorik, which is going to be a total of 11 bludgeoning damage as this thing just starts like pounding down upon you, like tackling like full-blown like Brock Lesnar MMA shit, kind of down on like ground and pound. This zombie is kind of losing its shit with you, and then zombie number 4 is going to go.
I think this zombie used to be an orc.
Yeah, and you recognise the significant underbite on this zombie, which certainly suggests that it might be. Zombie number 4 is going to go after you, Saga, with a 17 against your armor class.
It hits.
Oh. Which is going to be for 4 bludgeoning damage, as this one just kind of tackles you rather than the full-blown ground and pound that Thorik's just endured.
Is that 4 already been halved?
No, it hasn't. So that's 2 bludgeoning damage. Thank you. So, the other zombie is the one that is getting stereo war cries from Sergei and Johann. Who, by the way, for the record, you are now flanking the 2 of you. For the record. But it is going to go after you at this point, Sergei, with a slam attack for 13 against your armor class.
Wait. I have 14 is my armor class.
So it misses!
The ring of protection saved me.
Yes, you do. And you kind of brace yourself for impact. And just as this thing like tackles into you, there's almost like turquoise sparks kind of fly off your armor for a brief moment as it just deflects this zombie who looks as confused as a zombie could look, because they're kind of perpetually confused, but more confused than normal. And that is the zombie's turn, which brings us to the top of the round. So Thorik, you have 3 zombies surrounding you. Saga's to your left. Joker's to your right. Here I am. What would you like to do?
I'm going to hit the closest zombie with my hammer. That is a 12 to hit.
12 to hit is going to hit. That's going to be zombie number 6. That's the one that was clawing up at the furnace behind you.
Hello, I'm over here. Hello. That is a total of 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Not enough to take it down.
No, it's not,
As
is
you'd
it?
probably expect. No. Anything else you'd like to do as you
Been hit a couple of times. I'd like to not lose much more in the way of
This is the
HP.
first hit that this zombie has taken, as you swing your trusty warhammer at it.
It's the first that a few of them have taken as well, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Collectively. In which case, reluctantly, he's going to dig a bit deeper into that well of power inside himself, and he's going to go... Right. And the second hand is going to come up, and the spiritual hammer is going to appear.
Ooh, yeah.
And in this kind of shining silver mist, it coalesces, spins end over end, and then just clatters down on like the nape of the neck of this same zombie.
Nice.
For a 14 to hit.
Which will hit.
And another 7 points of force damage now, I believe.
Nice. Again, not enough to take it down, but certainly enough to bloody the thing.
Bloodied is good.
Yes, as just kind of part of its flesh, almost like slow cooked meat, just kind of falls off the bone.
Yeah. Vom.
Anything else you'd like to do, or is that you done? I think it's probably you done, right?
I'm done.
I am
takes like
spent.
a fleck of flesh off his face, just like yuck.
Sergei, you have advantage against this zombie because you are flanking it. What would you like to do?
Let's go for another rapier attack on it.
All right.
That'll be a 17 to hit.
Which will hit.
Lovely. Which would be 6 hit points of damage.
All right. So you, with a quick thrust of your rapier, just kind of pierce the, again, the rather bruised-looking skin over this gaunt figure. Pull your blade out, and there's just a little bit of trickle of blood that comes out of the wound. But it's not really a significant wound on this creature, as it's the first hit it has taken so far.
Fine, doing a bit of damage, and with my 2-weapon fighting, I'll get a dagger again and use that advantage once more.
Indeed.
That'll be a 19 to hit.
Nice. Well, certainly that will hit, so roll damage for me.
Oh no. I've dropped my metal D4 on the floor.
Oh.
Now, that's dangerous territory. You
I am scared. Can someone roll a D4 for me?
Yeah, I'll roll a D4.
Yeah, please, Saga.
That is a 1. Sorry.
1 hit point of damage. Why do we trust Saga? Famously low rolls.
Hey, I killed the flamey bastard.
Look,
That is true.
don't give yourself bad karma when you've got a metal D4 on your
Yeah,
foot.
I mean,
for this.
yeah. Don't forget that you've lost that. Otherwise, you will be
That
reminded
is
rather
my
painfully.
full go. I will just then prepare myself ready for when Johann arrives.
I feel as though everybody. I feel as though everybody watching this is now just going to be watching you, James, trying to find your D4.
I'm here to provide entertainment. Wish me luck.
So
We
whilst
put a
James,
timer in post.
whilst James upstages you, Ollie, a little bit, it is actually your go. So whilst James is hunting for his coltrop, what would you like to do?
So, Johann's maniacally running towards this thing and trying to regain his lost honor. And he will attempt to swing Gladys in a wide arc and Neville Longbottom this thing and just try. Difficult with a hand axe, but he'd like to try and take its bloody head clean off.
Okay.
So, and am I also? You said we were both flanking it, right?
You are, yes. So you do have advantage, which means you are going to get sneak attack.
Hell yeah! And he's within 5. Sergei's within 5 meters. Do I get double sneak attack?
No, you're getting this. No.
Johann, yes. So that was a 3. That was bad. That's 13.
Which will hit.
Plus 3, which is a 16, which will also hit. Fantastic. Okay. Oh, I can't do sneak attacks with Gladys because Gladys is not a finesse weapon. Never mind. I also have a dagger. It's cool. It's cool. I will roll. That's a d6 plus 1. 4 plus 1 is 5.
5 points of damage. Not enough to take it down, of course. But Gladys does strike, and you hear a squelch as Gladys hits the flesh of this thing. But it is still standing. What else?
Then I take my dagger and I go in at the other side.
Nice.
This thing's head is coming off, whether it likes it or not.
Okay.
Probably not.
Roll to hit for me.
That's a 15 plus 5 is dirty 20.
Certainly hit.
That was a 3, so the dirty 20 it is.
Okay, so that'll hit. So roll for damage for me.
Okay, so we got the d4, which is a 4, plus 3 is 7. 2.
7 points of damage.
2d6.
Alright, so... I thought you said you'd... Oh, you do get with the dagger, don't you?
Do right.
Thank you.
Oh, just get... Is that 6? It's one of those ones with a design on the 6, and I can't remember if it's a 6 or not. It's a 6. It's a 6. It's a 6. 6 plus 3. That's plus 9 to 7. So that's 16 points of damage.
Yes.
How are you finishing it?
So, Gladys has purchased, is halfway in, and pulls it out, and then daggers it in a swan swift kind of, and then the head just kind of, you know, like that big thing in 300, just kind of, there's a tendon of skin that just kind of, falls, and as it falls, Johann, he doesn't know why he's doing this, but it's just a sheer kind of gall, rage, and disgust, and at himself and everything else in the world, gives it a David Beckham right into the cave wall, and hopefully it kind of.
That was explosive.
Suffice it to say, that zombie does not get back up.
Yeah, like I think Johann just kind of stares at it on the ground, just waiting for it to get back up, and then just kind of goes, "Ah!" and then just kind of notices Sergei, and he's just kind of like,
Good to see you again.
and then just kind of stumbles over to him and kind of,
Oh, Johann, hello. You smell
Saga.
awful.
I'm so glad that you're here.
Don't cry. It doesn't look good on you. Seriously.
Saga, you are still surrounded by 3 zombies.
Yep.
What would you like to do?
Well, I have beef with number 5, so I'm
Okay.
going to go for number 5.
Go for it.
I'm switching dice. Great sword. 21.
Oh, well, that'll do it.
Finally.
Roll for damage.
9 points of damage.
Okay. Not enough, of course, to take it down. But you certainly
is
managed to
Just insult.
almost separate its arm from its body. It's kind of like hanging on by a tendon. It's kind of like flopping about.
That's the noise she makes. Oh.
Anything else you'd like to do?
No,
No.
just
No?
that noise of feels slightly queasy. Have you seen that?
All right. So now it's the zombies' go, and zombie number 5 is going to spin around and try and slap you with this arm that is just hanging off by a tendon. And unsurprisingly, is going to roll a natural 1 as its arm flies across the room, having separated from its tendon. Zombie number 6 is going to try and slam into you, Thorik, with a 5 against your armor class, so they're going to miss. And zombie number 4 is going to go for you, Saga, with a 15 against your armor class. So also
does not hit.
Thorik, top of the round, you're up.
Hitting number 6.
Okay.
That's an 11 to hit.
Okay, which will do it, of course.
Good, fabulous. And 8 on the die, so that's 11 points of damage.
How are you finishing it?
Oh, just seeing as it's the one that did so much damage to me, I want to take the edge of my shield and just, as I'm shorter than it, just basically take its knees out with the edge of my shield, and they just kind of bow backwards, and it just kind of crumples to the floor, and then just take its head off with my hammer.
Nice.
It's not pretty.
No, but effective, because the zombie does not get back up either.
And spiritual weapon, going to use my bonus action to just hover it behind the head of the other two. It's just like an assembly line, and it stops behind number 5, and then
Yes. Nice. Roll to hit for me.
14 and 6 points of force damage.
Nice. Okay. So again, not enough to take it out. But you do take this zombie somewhat by surprise as it just kind of like jolts towards Saga, almost landing on top of Saga at this point, which smells awful, like just decay and rotting meat. It's almost like hugging you. You know, like when somebody's like so drunk they can barely stand.
Yep.
It's kind of like that.
Do I get an opportunity attack if it's slamming against me?
No, because it's only if it was slamming the other way, maybe like away from you, but not towards you, unfortunately.
Can I use my movement to stay within 5 feet of these two zombies, but move around to flank these two with Saga on the other side?
Yes, absolutely, you could.
Done.
Wonderful. So we're going to have some nice advantages on those attacks. Sergei. There are no zombies now. Johann is almost crying in your arms. As far as you're aware, there's still a flaming skull and several zombies to deal with on the other side of the furnace. What would you like to do?
You're muted.
You're mute. Yes. I thought my sound had gone
It's
again.
a bit of a black and white dumb show.
With all these technical difficulties we've had.
You need to get it together.
Right.
We need to fight. We need to kill you and me till the end. Race round, in fact, dash round the corner into war, into battle.
Okay, and really, you're certainly not going to be able to get into melee range. Probably even with a dash, I'd say. But you could probably get within, say, 10, 15 feet of... Well, actually, no. It's probably closer to 20 feet, actually. Because they're all kind of in the bottom corner of this chamber. So it's still a fair distance between you and them, even after a dash. Okay, so that's presumably then your go in that.
That is my go, yeah.
Distance. All right. Okay. Next up, then, we have Johann. What would you like to do?
So, carried away with the fervor of Sergei's charge, Johann just kind of brazenly just runs out in expecting the skull, and then just kind of like, Okay, and just kind of sees the zombies, but still kind of like, I'm within 20 feet of one of the zombies. Am I right?
Yes.
So he just screams, "Foul beast!" and yeets Gladys to the closest zomb.
All right. Okay, roll to hit for me then, please.
Okay. don't think I benefit from anything, so I'm just going to go for it. Oh, Christ, it's a 6.
6 total?
Yeah.
They are flanking. Does flanking come into effect with range attacks? I don't think it does. Don't think it does.
I don't think so.
Let's say not, so that will be a miss, unfortunately, as Gladys kind of lands at the feet of Thorik, who appears to have disappeared.
Okay. So I've already used my movement. So I take my other dagger out, so now I've got 2 daggers.
Okay.
And kind of use my cunning action to dash behind the closest zombie to me.
Okay. Well, if you've already... Because you will have already dashed to get into the 20 feet, which would have been your bonus action. Yeah, because Sergei had to dash as well before.
Fair enough, then.
So yes, you are, in fairness, out of action.
Okay, I draw my other dagger and wait.
Okay. Saga. You are going to get flanking bonuses now because Thorik has kindly positioned himself in position. So
Fantastic.
what would you like to do?
Let's put number 5 out of his misery.
Okay. Roll to hit for me.
Advantage.
Indeed.
It is on advantage. That is 16 to hit.
Which will hit. Roll for damage.
Fantastic. 10 points.
How are you finishing it?
Yes.
Can I take his other arm off? And that's enough.
Absolutely. You take its other arm off and manage to kind of cut down its side as you bring the blade down, kind of slicing off almost like the side of its torso as it drops to the ground, and it doesn't get back up, leaving you with 1 zombie remaining, zombie number 4, who I believe is so far untouched. And it is its go.
Okay.
Unless, of course, you had anything else you wanted to do.
Did we see... Johann
Yeah,
and
you can
Sergei
see
on here?
Sergei and Johann there kind of charging up behind.
Okay. She casts them a look and then she concentrates on number 4.
All right. And number 4 is going to slam into you, Saga, with reckless abandon for 14 against your armor class, so presumably
Does
it will
not
miss.
hit.
Okay, so that's
I will
its go.
sidestep.
Wonderful.
Ooh, I want to use riposte.
I was just about to say, do you want a riposte?
I
Yeah, go
do
for
want
it.
to riposte.
Go for it. Roll to hit for me.
So I then roll to hit, right?
Yeah, roll to hit, so it's just a normal attack, essentially,
Yep.
isn't it, a riposte? It's like an extra
But
attack of opportunity.
I don't get advantage on riposte, even though we're fine.
I believe so. Oh, no. No, you would have advantage on it. I can't see any reason why you wouldn't.
Which would make it 18.
18 will hit. Roll for damage for me.
Fantastic. So damage, and then plus 18 points.
And 18 will hit.
No, 18 damage.
Oh, 18 damage?
It was 18 to hit and 18 damage.
Forgive me, I was distracted by James and Ollie's fantastic performance. 18 damage.
Yes.
Not enough to take it out, but enough to bloody the thing. So how are you bloodying it, at least?
I'm gonna continue on this taking limbs off theme, and I'm gonna take 1 leg off.
Nice. If you can't kill, maim.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just being stubborn at this point.
And like a knife through butter, your blade just separates this leg from its body. So, now we are at the top of the round. Thorik. There is
Yes.
a zombie in a pretty bad shape with one leg, and that is it.
Brilliant.
Aside from Sergei and Johann, obviously, charging towards you.
Still flanking.
You are still flanking.
So that's, I mean, that hits, but let's see if we crit. We do not crit, but we hit.
Okay.
And just to make a proper use of the thing, I'm going to roll my spiritual weapon at the same time. That also hits. So that was a, sorry to tell you numbers,
That's all right.
a 17 for the first strike
Yep.
with advantage, and then spiritual weapon a 13.
Wonderful. Both hit.
And then damage-wise, we're looking at a tidy 16 total.
Could you separate them out for me? Because I kind of have
Oh,
to
yes, sorry.
do that for Undead Fortitude.
So that is 6
Yep.
on one and 10 on the other.
Okay. So, you swing with your warhammer, first of all, and you feel almost a crunch underneath as many of its bones break under the force of the hammer, which actually drops the zombie to the ground. But it does just claw its way back up again, kind of using you as a leaning post. And you then allow your spiritual hammer to strike at the zombie. How are you finishing it, as this time it does not get up?
Oh, it just, as it's going, he just raises the shield and, like, hammer and anvil. The hammer literally just, like, goes straight through it and, like, rings off of his shield, and in doing so just bursts the zombie asunder in radiant kind of sparkles.
Ooh, nice. Which then brings us officially out of combat.
We just all just...
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you're all
Yeah.
okay.
I think this is one of those hood off moments.
You have hair?
Yes.
I've never seen you with your hood off.
Never.
I'm messing. It's good to see you all again.
So Johann's like, I've taken my hood off before, surely.
Yes, you have. You've taken your hood off before. He's messing with you.
Johann thought it.
I know that.
Everyone. And just hold on to everyone's shoulders as we just kind of like draw in, just kind of like Thorik just sort of lets his head just like bump against Sergei's and grabs onto the other two and goes, "You all right?"
No. I think Johann may
All
actually let
things
out.
considered. All things considered, alive.
Wasn't expecting to see you so soon.
Neither was I.
I can't stay long, but I need to make sure you are okay through this thing.
What do you mean?
She sort of looks away and looks uncomfortable. How do you think I'm back?
I don't know. The last time we saw you, the wolf creature and you had a. I don't know.
She exposes her neck. It's the bite's still there. I made a bargain. Okay.
What kind of bargain? What do you mean?
My freedom for your lives. I'm here on his grace. I can make sure you all survive, and then I go back.
What?
Who? Back where?
Who? You know who?
This crazy ex-husband of yours.
Yes. The wolf man.
Can we kill him?
To the flames with him! You stay with us. You do not have to keep your word to such a vile filth.
We all fought him. You're not... Normal weapons do nothing.
Then Johann kind of looks towards deeper into one of the cave tunnels and thinks, what about an abnormal weapon?
What do you mean?
Not you, Sergei.
I'll take my leave.
Weapons were created here before, weapons of great skill and lethality. One of them could be enough. It could be anything. It could be something. We could fight him.
I'm not having your blood on my hands.
Saga, we did fight him, and it was dicey, but he ran.
Because he got what he wanted already. He bit me. And then she takes her dagger, slices the palm of her hand, and shows it to them.
And you see that the wound that is upon the palm of her hand almost seals itself relatively quickly after the fact. It leaves a scar, but it does kind of sew itself up.
Saga, you've given your freedom for our lives. Once whatever this is over, we will fight for you, and I guarantee we will give our lives for your freedom.
No. I don't want that. My life is over. I just need to know you all three. Be okay.
I don't believe that.
Believe what? What do you mean?
We've overcame terrible odds in the past. We just beat a giant flaming skull. What is a wolf man compared to that? We'll find a way to kill him. We always do.
Speaking of which, could I get a religion check, both from Thorik and Johann, please?
Hold on a moment. I must pray.
17.
I don't know, man. Like 11?
Thorik, as Johann mentions the flaming skull, something kind of triggers in the back of your mind. A flaming skull, from what you know, what little you know of them, is that if a flaming skull is destroyed, it, no matter the condition of the flaming skull, will return in 1 hour's time unless holy water is sprinkled upon it. Or dispel magic or remove curse is cast upon it.
Not yet.
I'm pretty holy. What if I spat on it?
Johann, you don't happen to have any holy water on your person, do you?
Ding!
Well, that's not gonna help against him.
Different problem. One sec. I like to think that there's no magical effect. You just
Yeah, and that is exactly it. It just looks like water has just been poured on the pile of this on this skull. There's no sizzling, no hissing, just it's wet.
Yeah. Brilliant. Me and Johann just go over
Completely
together and we're just like
unspectacular.
Good.
Into the ground, just kind of like kicking wet gravel at this point.
Spectacular. That's brilliant.
I cast Sacred Flame on the remnants. I cast Guidance on Johann. And I'm just like, right, lovely, fabulous. And then we go back to Saga.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Saga
imagine if there was a
continues and
conversation
says,
between us and it was much more reasoned out than what just happened.
even if you kill him, it doesn't change the fact that I'm a monster now. I'm gonna keep changing. I don't have much time.
Saga, this isn't you. Come on. This.
What happens when I change and I attack all three of you? I can't.
Look, we'll find a way. I know what can. I didn't really know that this was. We've seen so many things on our journeys that didn't seem real, but here you are. So if the stories are true and the wolves can turn people into werewolves, then surely the other stories are true, and there are other powers that can help us fight this.
You got me out of my pickle.
What friends would we be if we didn't help you?
I've got contacts now, by the way.
Okay. If I betray him, he will hunt each and every one of you down.
He's tried that, and we sent him with his tail squealing between his legs. What's he going to do?
She just kind of stops talking and just she gives up on the conversation.
How long do you have?
I don't know exactly. Maybe the full moon thing is true.
So at least a month. Exactly. You have time. You can stay with us until then.
You would be stupid if you didn't think you didn't have spies already watching over me.
And we'll kill them too. I'll kill them all if I have to. I mean, kind of winces and bleeds a little.
Oh, sweet. Just...
What do we do now?
I agree. I would suggest we take a small rest here. I can play a little lively tune. Maybe will help heal your spirits.
Are we going to go on and try and find this black spider and take him down now? Or should we regroup?
If we regroup, he regroups.
That guy has a point. Wait, we're here now.
We must press on.
Maybe we have a rest.
I don't need rest.
Yes, you do. Please.
Wayne, am I still kind of cursed with less health than I usually have?
Yep.
Fuck.
Fuck.
I'm fine.
Saga puts a hand on his shoulder and goes, "What? Just don't die on me now. Okay? Just sit down for 5 minutes."
Even with like the smallest amount of pressure, your hand like buckles. Okay.
We're keeping Johann above the kind of like pool of detritus and dead bodies. Like maybe in a different room.
You do recall, Thorik and Johann, that storeroom that you found to the south from where you are, just before you encountered the ghouls.
Yeah, but there are ghouls in there.
No, sod that.
Well, you don't know that the ghouls are necessarily in that storeroom, but...
No, we know that they're in the room behind the stove.
Oh, I see what you're saying, yes.
I don't want to go back to the ghoul room.
But of all of the locations that you have been to, that unless you were to head back to Gundren, which would of itself be a risky endeavour, that storeroom is probably the safest location you have found within the mines yet, if you wanted to take a short rest.
Is it, refresh my memory, is it one entrance, one exit?
In the room you're currently in?
No, in the storeroom.
Yes, one entrance, one exit.
Maybe he's right.
Who is?
You were when you mentioned that storeroom we encountered there.
I think it's a terrible idea. I don't want to go back. I think if we're going to continue, we need to continue. Can we not, in this well of this, like, where the water would have been, the channel, can we not sort of be out of the pool of detritus and zombies?
You could, it's true, in there. You could certainly...
In a little nook. Just a little nook.
Yeah,
let's do it. Surely there's some rock to sit on.
Okay.
While people are sitting, do you mind if I do a little investigation?
Sure.
Of the bellows mechanism, because I want to see if it's possible for me to see with an investigation check or indeed a history check that this could be part of the Forge of Spells, or at least a part of or connected to the Forge of Spells. Is this the bellows to the Forge of Spells, essentially?
Sure. Yeah, give me a investigation check.
I was hoping you'd say that.
I'm going to play a song so you get the Song of Rest perk. If anyone spends a hit die, you get an extra d6 hit points.
Lovely.
D6 per hit die.
So, are we taking... Can we take short rest?
Let's
Please.
do the investigation first, and then let's do the short rest.
That was a natural one. But it's plus 6, so 7.
It's a big machine.
Wait, this is a big machine.
Saga kind of takes him by the shoulders and makes him sit down.
So
Please.
you settle down into the channel then. Sorry, Saga, didn't mean to cut you off there.
That's fine.
You settle down into the channel to camp out to gain as much rest as you can before you continue on into the depths of the Lost Mine of Phandelver on your hunt for the Black Spider. And that is where we shall end this rather glorious episode 99 of Bardic Quest. Nobody died. Nobody died. Nobody died. So that's it for another exciting episode of Bardic Quest. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Before we go, I just wanted to take a quick moment to say thank you to a couple of folks. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to James Webster for providing us with and allowing us to use this beautiful animated artwork that features throughout the show. If you are a fan of his work and want to show your support to him, then head on over to patreon.com/JamesRPGArt, where you can become a patron of his. But also, I'd like to say a big thank you to our friends over at Sirenscape for allowing us to use their wonderful ambience, music, and sound effects. So if you'd like to introduce those sounds to your table, head on over to Sirenscape.com to check out their amazing work. So that's it from us this week, and we will catch you next time.